This is where the fun begins.
Hello, how are you?
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Building and Chatting podcast. Today, um, we are probably going to be ranking the classic Lego Star Wars sets. Just waiting on Mayo, but we will talk for a few minutes just in case he is late. But
Where you at, Mayo? It's just
I don't recall no Atten, but
Mayo.
no.
Mayo asked us to be here, and now he's not even here. Just saying.
I asked you to be here,
Some of
so.
him like Beetlejuice. Mayo Hosko. Mayo Hosko. Mayo Hosko.
And then he just
Didn't work.
pops in the bottom. The guest lights up.
It's working. Like the episode of SpongeBob where they're trying to get the paint off the dollar, beat him up, and
Yeah.
it's like they use a pressure hose, and it's like, wait, SpongeBob, we're not cavemen. We have technology. And then I start
We,
banging my computer, and then it breaks.
we have technology. I am going to change the background to this beautiful building and chatting Christmas one. Look at it.
Oh,
But no, Skyman,
look a lot like Christmas.
how are you doing, man?
Okay.
Iki.
Yeah. How are you?
You're just like, I'll do this beautiful Tatooine sunset. I'm doing all right. I had to wake up super early to do a project, but
Nice.
you all will see. I you know what it is, but everyone else you will see that when it comes out in the new year most likely. But yeah,
Yeah,
but
he started his new OnlyFans, and it's coming out next year.
hey yo, Skyrim, I am not doing that, sir.
You're gonna show your
Hey.
feet pics, right? Because people totally would buy that. Yeah, no. I'm finished with my Christmas shopping, though. Are you? I'm finally done.
You finally have your Christmas shopping done, Skyrim. You finally.
Yeah, I finished yesterday, 1 week before Christmas. It's a new record for me.
You're like, oh, I didn't get it. This time I actually did it a little early. Last time I got it on Christmas Eve.
Now, I'm usually pretty good about getting done the week of Christmas, which is probably not very good. Because some people, it's like they probably get done like the first or second week of December. But I'm happy. I'm like, I'm done. I got it all. So, a lot of money that I could have used on Lego, but for some reason, you got to buy people gifts.
Yeah, for some reason.
Using my Lego money.
You know what we need more of? Money. We need more money,
got
Scott.
to have money.
Yeah.
We've got to have Lego Star Wars. Yeah, as a Lego Star Wars fan, I can contest, or is that the right word? Admit, I don't know, that I don't got no money. I'm a Lego Star Wars addict. That's what I always tell people. Like, I don't got money. I got Lego Star Wars.
Yeah, Skyrim. It's just like, oh, Lego Star Wars.
Yep, I just got an itch.
Yeah. Oh, Lego Star Wars. Lego.
I mean, it doesn't help that literally I just blew a bunch of money on Christmas, and now in like a week from now, new Lego Star Wars sets are coming out. Like, oh my gosh. A little more than a week.
Well, we'll talk about like the vintage sets, but first of all, I do want to get your opinion on one thing. And I have the banner from the thing I did today. What do you think about?
What? You might just like popped out of existence. Oh, but I see right there it says $1,000 Death Star. I'm no thanks. I love Lego Star Wars. You know, I love the idea of a Death Star on shelves again. But for a freaking $1,000, 1K, it better be good. It better not have any stickers. The minifigures better be the upright most just beautiful. Like they better have like arm printing, leg printing, dual molded legs if they need it. No ugly stormtrooper helmets. Like they better redesign it. Like if there's one thing you can complain about that set, I feel like it shouldn't be worth $1,000. Like it needs to be so worth it. And unfortunately, I'm gonna bet right now that it won't be. I guarantee that there's gonna still be things that are like for $1,000, that's what we get. Like it's gonna have stickers, or it's not gonna have the proper, minifigure design. Like we'll get a minifigure that probably won't have pupils or something stupid like that. It's
Yeah.
gonna happen.
Oh yeah. But the other thing too is that, like, bro, I literally got taken out. I was like, why is it that much? Like, bro, I can't do it.
Real quick, your mic sounds a little
No,
off.
no, I
Oh,
had
there it
to
is.
my headset. I had to get it back on
Okay.
my headset, but
Yeah, you sound better
no,
now.
no, but that's like, why $1,000? Do you think it is going to be 1,000, or do you think it's going to be cheaper? We just haven't gotten full prices, like the
A
right
part of me
prices.
does hope that it's cheaper, regardless if it's cheaper or not. I'm not gonna get one. Um, but
Yeah,
I'm like, if it was cheaper, that would give it some breathing room to then be like, okay, it can have some issues, or at the very least, it also has to be massive, like massive, massive. And I don't know if that's gonna work, because it's gonna be heavy, it's gonna be clunky. So I don't know. I'm really excited to see it, and to find out what the actual price is, because I feel like it's possible that maybe the price is just wrong. Maybe it'll be $800, but that's still a lot of money
yeah, and there's another thing too. It's like the whole summer wave looks very expensive, and
this year in general.
just like, because if you're just getting the four mainline like sets, not Grogu and not the 4+ set, just the mainline Lego Star Wars stuff, the ones that are like just normal sets. They're the Acclimator, Home One, the Arc 170, and the Ahsoka Starfighter. It's like $230, 220 just for January for those
Yeah,
alone.
I'm
So
like, that's ridiculous because it's only 4 sets. Like if you think about it in hindsight. And
yeah,
don't forget
because,
about the Amazing Junior set. Like you got to get that, right? It's
well,
only
if you,
half the price of the play set.
no, I know for sure. Like, just with the cost alone, it is like 260 with the junior set.
Yeah.
It's like crazy.
It's crazy to
It,
me how the junior set. I didn't realize this until M&R pointed it out, but it's like that N1 Starfighter playset that came out, and I want to say it was 21 or
$60.
22. That is still on shelves, and it was only 60, but well, I think it's still on shelves. It's like $60, so it's like it's only $30 more, and it's such a way better value. I guess you're only saving grace with the junior set is if it's actually you buying it for a little kid.
Or you're buying it for that one droid,
I
and
think
that's
my
it.
internet just died. Am I still here?
Yeah, you're still here.
Wah wah.
Yeah, you're
I knew
here.
this would happen. As soon as we're live, then the internet dies.
Um,
I'll be back.
well, all right. Skyrim will be back. Well, we'll just wait for Skyrim. I don't know what to talk about. Hello, everybody. Just waiting for Skyrim to get back. Skyrim!
Can you hear me, or am I still glitching out?
No, what to me you're fine.
Okay. My internet is acting up. It's not fully gone, but like the little beacons or whatever they're called are claiming they're offline, so I don't know how I'm here right now. Like I have internet, but I don't have Wi-Fi. But I don't need Wi-Fi on my computer, so that's fine.
You might be connected. You might be sharing some strength with me with the StreamYard, but I don't know what we're doing tonight. I really don't know.
Yeah, I guess Mayo forgot about us or got busy, or I don't know.
It's
Mr.
called
Mayo, where you at?
Where you at? Because it is 7 Eastern. I confirmed that multiple times, but
Yeah, he didn't answer me in Insta either, because I DM'd him twice and I was like, hey, we're on in a few minutes, and I was like, are you gonna be here? And then I was like, we're on now if you are able to join, and he hasn't even like seen it. So
yeah, he hasn't seen my new. I think what this is that we'll just end here, but maybe start a new stream or something.
oh, okay, you don't want to just talk about stuff and just be stupid.
Well, you know what? We can. What is there?
I'm already here.
That's true. What do you want to talk about, Skyrim? We can change the title.
Yeah. Let me go on Lego.com and let's see.
Oh gosh, Skyrim's like, we're going on Lego.com. We're going to Lego.com.
We can just talk about our future financial debt obsession. And
the $150 MTT, the maybe $200 K2SO.
Oh my gosh, yeah, K2SO. Like that's ridiculous to me. We're getting like all these buildable characters in 1 year, like Grogu, K2SO, an Ewok chopper, like expensive, but I'm all for it.
I'm glad, but thank God we got like 2 fan favorite droids. We got K2SO and Chopper
in 1 year too. That's amazing.
And 1 year, it's probably K2SO is definitely Andor related for sure.
I can't wait to see that because I love K2SO in Rogue One, and so I want to see how Andor meets him and how they, I guess he reprograms him or something because he's an Imperial, whatever that droid is called. So
I think the favorite thing with me with it is what was it in here? No, just K2SO in general. That's what I was trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
But oh no, this is what I want to say. Because it's similar to K2SO, do you think we will get the robot from Skeleton Crew? Since it's a very similar design. Do you think they would make that ever?
I think the best bet would be that you would get a minifigure, if that's what you want to call it, but not a buildable character, no way. Or maybe a brickhead, but probably not. I don't think, other than like R2 and other than like R2, Lego's never made droid brickheads either, huh? And I don't even think we're getting any brickheads this year coming up, huh?
I don't think so. The last ones we got were the Naboo ones, or not the Phantom Menace ones.
Yeah, and the Commander Cody, right? That came out this year.
Yeah, but that came out first, and then the Phantom Menace pack. The thing that disappointed me the most is like this is 25 years of Lego Star Wars, but also the Phantom Menace, and I think you count the brickheads. That's one, and then I guess Droidica, because it appeared in Phantom Menace first. You could say that. The Pod Racer moment, and then the Sith Infiltrator. There was but if you take the Droidica away, because it's in all of them, it's not Phantom Menace related. You only got 3 like fully named brands like Phantom Menace sets.
Yeah, they don't really care about anniversaries, but does that matter?
Yeah.
If they released, it's likely possible that the MTT that's coming out this year is going to be based off of Episode 1. It would have made more sense for it to come out last year, but it's still going to sell this year,
Yeah.
especially if it's good. I'm really excited for an MTT. I've wanted an MTT for a while now.
The thing is, for $150, it better be good.
It's possible that it could be a Clone Wars MGT too. They'd be the first one they've done.
That's a rumor.
I'm really hopeful because like they did the last gunship was different from any gunship they've done before. They went ahead and did a Coruscant Guard gunship, so I feel like it's likely possible.
But you can pull up Lego.com and I guess we can see what we're getting into.
I don't want to share on my screen because then I dox myself because it puts information up at the top. Because my account name is just my full human name. Well, that's not my middle, but
yeah, I gotcha. But
I'm okay with people knowing my first name, but not my. I don't want people knowing my last. Because then people could probably start to find me.
We will find you, Simon. Yeah, I'm joking.
Yeah,
but
I'm sure somebody could easily find me. It's not that hard, right, on the internet and stuff.
Well, where you live compared to what locations you've shared, we put this together, and you are here. No, I'm joking.
But I'm like, there are people, and I don't know how they do this, but like they can get your like IP and stuff just by like you being connected with them, right? So.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's freaky.
It is.
So, anyways, Bounty's IP is.
Oh damn!
What would you do if I started reading it?
I'll be like,
quit the stream.
Quit the stream.
That'd be freaky. Yeah.
My
an invasion of privacy. I'm sorry. What were you saying?
But no, I think yes, it's expensive next year, very much expensive, but it looks like we're actually getting some good stuff, so that's what I'm excited for.
Mm-hmm.
There's actually good stuff coming out. My goodness. But this year and next year seems to be pretty good. I hope.
Yeah.
And I don't have an MTT.
Neither do I.
So I'm excited to see what it looks like.
Mm-hmm. I will counter what you say though about everything sounds amazing this year. Everything sounds amazing, sure, but Lego might find ways to just completely drop the ball. Like we're gonna get some of these sets and they're gonna have something wrong with them. Like they're gonna be littered with stickers, or the minifigures are gonna be ugly or wrong or weird, or they're gonna cheap out on minifigures. Like we're supposed to get a set based off of Andor season 2 and the U-wing, right? It's like that sounds cool, but it might be really small. It might be littered with stickers. Andor might, or I guess his name is Cassian, huh? Cassian Andor might not have pupils or something stupid like that,
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know what I'd say. I'm like, wait, give me 1 second. I already know.
And then, like, if anybody knows what I'm talking about with the what's it called? K2SO minifigure, if that's what you want to call it. He has Imperial crests on his arms, like Prince. Is Lego going to reuse that K2SO mold, or are they going to make a new one? And if they make a new one, is it going to be accurate, or is it going to be better? Is it going to be ugly? Like, we don't know yet.
True. I feel like they're gonna go all out for Andor since it's like the show that everyone loves. It's like people rave about Andor a lot.
I don't think they care necessarily if it's
I hope that
specific thing. Although maybe because it seems like the original trilogy gets a little bit extra love.
Yeah, And it seems like a lot of people loved Andor.
Technically, that is original trilogy, right?
Or well, around it, yeah, for sure. It's like right before it.
Yeah.
It's in that period, you could say.
Well, I mean, yeah, because it's technically before Episode 4, but it's
Yeah.
after Episode 3.
Yeah, because Rogue One ends right at the beginning of Episode 4. So
I like Rogue One.
Rogue One was the best Star Wars movie they put in theaters.
Since Disney took over, yes.
Yeah, so that's what I meant. Like since the Disney takeover, that's the best one. Like Disney Star Wars is put in theaters. Is
Yeah.
Rogue One.
That and Solo, which is a shame that.
Yeah, I like Solo too. At first I was very mixed on it, but then I rewatched it and I'm like, dang, this was actually pretty. This was better than I thought. This was better than I remember.
The only reason why I didn't like it was because it wasn't Harrison Ford. So I was like, that's not Han Solo, but I can't remember his name, but he did such a good job that I'm like, I liked it. And it's a shame that they killed the Star Wars story movies idea because they thought, because Solo did bad, they thought, oh, nobody cares about this. And it's like, no, it's because people protested seeing that movie because they hated The Last Jedi.
Yeah. And at that time, there was a lot of controversy with it too. Like they stole fan art for the posters and all this stuff. So it was just like a whole thing.
That's true.
There were things going on at the time too, but it was mainly a boycott because of what they did with Last Jedi.
Mm-hmm. Which isn't fair because like Solo actually did good. It was a good movie. I enjoyed it, and it sucks that it had to suffer because The Last Jedi sucked.
Yeah,
it's not fair. It's like punishing two kids because one did something bad. It's like, but the other one had nothing to do with it, so it's not fair. I really wish that Solo did better because I'm curious if they would still be making Star Wars story movies. In a way, the Grogu movie is kind of going to be like, or I guess it's Mando and Grogu. It's going to kind of be like a Star Wars story movie, but it's probably more going to be like season 4 of The Mandalorian, huh?
Well, it's Star Wars, The Mandalorian, and Grogu, so. But it's not like. I really do want that to be good. I hope it is good. I think it will be good, but it just for me, it's like another year to wait for it. It's just like, oh come on, I want it now.
I know.
But then if we wait and they film Ahsoka this year, like complete Ahsoka, we'll have Ahsoka. I think we'll have Ahsoka and Mandalorian next year, both of them. So yeah, that'll be fun.
I don't know. We'll see. I'm like, in this case, waiting sucks, but it's worth it. It's like fine wine kind of deal. It's like the longer it sits, the better. Because I feel like season 3, the reason why it sucked the most was because there were parts that were just so rushed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Versus the other 2 seasons didn't have that issue. Maybe a little bit in season 2, but and so I'm like, movies are even harder because you only have limited amount of screen time. If they only want to make this movie like 2 hours long, that's sounds like a long time, but that's really not for a huge story. So I'm like, that means they're gonna have to, cut corners and compress things, make things very short. And so I'm like, I want them to take as long as possible to make the best story as possible.
Yeah. No, the show is literally no, well, the movie, if it is like 2 hours or whatever, that literally is like 2 to 4 episodes of the show like put together. Because most of the time they're like 30, 40 minutes, so that's literally like 3 to 4 episodes put together.
Yeah.
So
That's why I really do think not Lego, they should have just, like, I guess Disney Star Wars should have just made season 4, because this is going to be like 3 episodes of The Mandalorian, but as a whole season, but as a movie. So it's like, if they would have just made a 4th season, I think it would have been a smarter move, personally. But maybe this movie will be fantastic. We'll find out.
I feel like this is though I hate to say it because I do like The Mandalorian. I do like the show a lot. I feel like this, like the reason they made it a movie is this is the final chapter of Mandalorian. Like I feel like he might appear and help Ahsoka or Luke or something. He might appear and help them, or help Bo-Katan later. But I think like the actual story of the Mandalorian, like Din Djarin, is done after the movie. I think that's why they're doing that.
We'll see,
Like,
because it seems like everything that they claim is the end for or whatever, they find a way to bring it back, because apparently the Razor Crest is going to be in this movie. So it's like, okay, so it just retcons everything they've done, The biggest thing, being in the end of season 2, I was like, okay, Grogu's going to go off with Luke and become a Jedi. And then, like, just kidding, that was a lie, He went for like a day.
yeah, he waited like well, it depends, maybe a week at most.
Yeah. It basically though it was like, what was the whole point of that at the end? Like it was cool how Luke was able to save their butts and all that, but it was still like the point was so that like Grogu could move on, become a Jedi, and Mando would have to go back to living his life and maybe become a bounty hunter again. Now I guess he works for the New Republic, so that's kind of cool. So this movie might be him hunting down the warlords and stuff of the empire, the people that are trying to rebuild the empire, because the New Republic can't have that,
Oh,
right?
oh, I know what it is. I think I know the plot. I might know it if you want me to tell.
I mean, we're just speculating, so
I just feel it's right though. I feel like maybe somehow this is connected to Ahsoka, and like somehow, like maybe Mando meets Ezra. There has to be something with Thrawn and Ahsoka in there because they said they want by the end they want to connect Ahsoka, Mando, and all the shows together. Like they want to have them be together at the end. So it would make sense if like maybe the Mandalorian helps Ahsoka or it finds the planet Ahsoka's on. And I don't know, but there's a reason why that's probably going to happen. But
yeah,
maybe
I don't
this
know.
one definitely feels like it's going to be like more connected to everything. Like because I would love it to be connected to. Because right now it's just what Ahsoka, Mandalorian, and Boba Fett.
I don't even know if the Book of Boba Fett's getting a season 2. I'm sure it's
I
in the
don't.
works.
I don't think about. I'm saying like maybe Boba Fett will be in it somehow.
Yeah,
I would think that,
I don't know.
but yeah, he's working for the New Republic. But remember, they said just have a home here to rest, and to me, I know, which is why I think is the full in like the ending. Like I think Mandalorian and Grogu's the epilogue. Like you know how you play a game, you get to the end, like into the end of a story game, like Jedi Survivor. You're on the final chapter, and then you have your epilogue scene or your epilogue moment.
Mm-hmm.
This movie feels like it's gonna be the epilogue. It feels like Mando and Grogu got the ending they wanted, like always wanted, but then like one last adventure happens and he dies or something, or Grogu. I don't know. Something happens with them for sure. It just feels like it's the ending to a story, like the ending to a certain chapter.
It
But I don't
probably
know.
is that, or it's just a huge cash grab. But I feel like they waited too long to make this movie. During season 2, The Mandalorian was like at its probably most hyped because we just wrapped up season 1, but we were getting season 2. So like that would have been the perfect time to announce the movie and to have started it.
Hello, sir.
Hello, hello.
I was having big technical difficulties.
Dang.
It's just all right. We were just chatting about some stuff like Star Wars, just the normal use. But now that you're here, we will get into discussion about the vintage Star Wars, and I got all the pictures up too. So you all want to start with 99, but go through the different sets and stuff here, discuss about it and all that.
Yes, please. Because
Yes.
there are a couple sets from the first 3 years of Lego Star Wars that I have a lot to say about.
All right, well, I think Skyrim has some opinions too, so let's get into Now, how my pictures started, we have this one, the droid fighter. What do y'all think about this?
Why is it so blurry?
I every other picture was very clear, but this one was like, don't wait, blurry. I don't know why.
Okay, so let's see if you're telling the truth.
Now,
Well, first, how are you doing, Mayo?
Now, well, I'm very,
Yeah.
I'm very sleepy. But I'm preparing to do a 24-hour live stream, so I have an excuse.
Dang, you're gonna need a lot of coffee.
Yeah, but no, it's good to see you, man.
Anyway, let's talk about these sets.
What about this one here? What do you think? What do you think about the droid fighter?
So I have a bit of a grading scale when it comes to the first 3 years because, as everyone knows, Lego was not doing so well in 1999, and Star Wars and Bionicle kind of helped bring more interest into the company. So that is definitely on the bottom end of the scale. I think this pardon the pun and the comparisons to the UCS Chewbacca, a buildable a character. This looks like a pile of shit.
Yes, it does. Yeah.
It doesn't help that the image is blurry, but yeah. It's very small.
And I don't know, is this supposed to be micro scale? I don't think you can fit a minifigure in there.
It doesn't even come with a minifigure.
Yeah, it's just brick scale. It's a buildable.
But to be fair, in the canon universe of Star Wars, those ships are droids themselves, so they don't need pilots, I believe, unless that's the other kind. Because there's like 3 of these types of droids: the hyena and the vulture, and then like a gunship or something. But that's like completely different looking. So this is just called a droid fighter, but I want to say that that's supposed to be like a vulture droid, and I'm pretty sure they're alive, like their own pilots. So, but I did pull up brick set to see this set retailed for $6 in the US. I don't know how much that would be in Australian money, the Australian dollar, but I'm like $6 US. That's ridiculous. If Lego re-released something like this, that would be like $15 easy.
And it helps to bring up inflation calculators for all of these old sets.
Mm-hmm.
Because the inflation, the inflation for these sets would be off the Richter scale.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Well, Rick says that now new value would be $47.65. So like almost $50 for that. I'm like, no, thank you.
Yeah, but that's the investment value. That's not the real.
Yeah.
That's not the real time appreciation.
I wouldn't pay $20 for that.
Yeah. And
actually,
also,
maybe I would. I don't know.
You notice that my profile picture is my Star Wars conversation version, not my normal.
Hey, I love that battle pack. So
yeah,
beautiful.
And the reason why there are 2 reasons why my icon when I talk about Star Wars is the 2008 Stormtrooper battle pack. One is because it was the first Lego Star Wars set I ever got, and 2, it's the best Lego Star Wars battle pack ever.
That's a very good battle pack.
I wouldn't say that's the best battle pack ever, but it's amazing.
The only reason I say it's the best battle pack ever is because everyone wants to army build stormtroopers, and this was the cheapest, most valuable way to build a stormtrooper army. Of course, this came out in an era before all of the people who had the nostalgia for seeing the prequels in theaters wanted to army build clones.
Mm-hmm.
But still, enough people who grew up with the original trilogy like to army build the Stormies, and so yeah, this is still the best battle pack of all time.
Yeah.
And I would argue those Stormtrooper helmets are better than the new ones that we got
Yes.
nowadays.
Of course, they are helmet holes much.
That's for clones. I'm just talking about the Stormtrooper helmet. Like, ugh.
Anyway, let's get back to 99 cents.
All right. Well, the next one we have to pull up here, and I think this is a pretty decent one here. The lightsaber duel on Tatooine.
Hey, shiny chrome hilts.
Yep.
Now,
Qui-Gon and Darth Maul.
Now, you notice the little flyer has two pieces that are indicative of classic space. One is the bracket piece that that Darth Maul sits on, which was used for a lot of small vehicles, but also that podium piece that was used as a microscope in some of the research laboratories in classic space sets, which also doubled as the resting position for handlebars, like is used right here. So that kind of build technique jumps out at me. And also I always found it funny when they did the small builds for the random kind of pieces of technology in the middle of nowhere on Tatooine, because it reminds me of that one scene from Episode 4, A New Hope, when Luke is just doing random crap in the middle of nowhere, and it's got no dialogue, and it's a super boring scene from the movie, because you go from epicness that's going on with the Empire to just some random farm boy doing shit in the middle of nowhere.
Yes.
Great. I can appreciate the small side build because it gives me flashbacks to when I saw A New Hope on my TV, actually. And I don't really have much to say about the minifigures. But what you do notice is that this was the era before we got the flesh heads. So you got the yellow minifigures with all of these sets. And the reason why I wanted to cut off at 2001 is because I believe we got out. Correct me if I'm wrong. Did we first get Lando Calrissian in 2002?
I think that was 3. I think that was 2003 for.
Check, because I got brick set pulled up.
Because I can't remember if it was 2002 or 2003 where we got Lando.
I think it's 3 because I think 2003 was Cloud City.
Despite being a very long time old school Lego or like just old Lego Star Wars fan, I'm not very knowledged when it comes to a lot of these old sets, you know.
All I know,
personally, I hate a lot of these old sets. I think they're really ugly.
All I know is that there is such a phenomenon as the Lando Calrissian treatment.
But no, for the first set, like this one was even so now it's still pretty decent. I like this one's probably one of the better ones. Hey guys, I do want to go to the next one. Hey Skyrim, I want to show you all the next one because
I do want to say though that set that we had up though is really, or I guess it's still up. Yeah, I love it because the chrome lightsabers, like that is just so cool to me. Chrome lightsabers are so hard to come across now, and like they used to be so just epic and amazing. So
this was the era. This was the era of chrome Lego pieces.
Yeah, I think the first Lego set Lando was in was the 10123 Cloud City.
Yeah, and that was
came out in October 1st, 2003.
I knew it. I was like,
I think.
I
'Cause
thought
I'm just
so.
looking
Yeah.
at dates, and I might have passed one. So I'm not. Don't take that as like for sure credible. Like blah blah blah. Like I could be wrong, but I think that was the first time Lando was brought
Yeah,
into Lego.
but 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 this is everyone's favorite set. We keep getting more of models of it. Everyone's favorite Luke's Land Speeder. Everybody.
Oh yes, yes.
It's my favorite
And
to
if
hate on.
and just because I'm a fan of old Lego, hashtag AFOL, this is my favorite version of the Luke's Land Speeders, just because of how
Really,
just because of the ugly studs and the quite frankly rubbish color scheme of it. It's just got that vintage charm of everything wrong with the year 1999 that makes me gravitate towards it. You can see that those engines are
Tan.
they scream 90s Lego space, and in general, you're seeing that the first year of Star Wars reused a lot of space pieces,
Yep.
and it really does not translate well to the craftsmanship of the spacecraft in Star Wars. It really does not.
no.
It looks okay. It's just like, eh. Now the next one I think is one that's kind of better in my opinion. It was a smaller set, like kind of like battle pack size, but I really do think that this one is a little bit better to me, and also I do like this one a
And
lot.
before we move on,
Yeah,
I'd like
yeah.
to say I'd like to say that this land speeder was the beginning of a whole meme, because for those who don't know, the Luke's land speeder is the poster. It is the poster child of Lego running out of ideas, and so
Yes.
they just keep on releasing
Unfortunately,
up, upgraded versions of the same sets over and over again, despite the fact that there are so much spacecraft from Star Wars they have not done. Kind of like there are a lot of real vehicles that could be done in Lego City that they have not done. Just like how there are so many different Asian style things in Ninjago that they have not done.
Look, it's even in the new Advent calendar.
Yep. I guarantee you we're gonna get a mini scale Luke's land speeder in the next 5 years.
And the Luke's land speeder isn't even a popular vehicle from the franchise. It's just someone at the Lego group must want to suck it off to the Luke's land speeder.
Well, hold on a minute. No.
Yeah,
This
I agree.
this is how people at Lego love the Luke Saint Speeder.
Oh, this is beautiful.
Yes. Yes.
That is the exact definition of
Yes.
what Lego thinks of the Land Speeder. But to me, I think this is probably one of the better sets of '99, and it's because, and I want to get onto this one because this one I think is one of the better ones, the speeder bikes.
Yeah.
Another blurry image.
Yay! But
You know me, I like my high quality stuff.
well, I downloaded this straight from sources, so I don't know what's going on here, but
Now I
Your
know
computer
that
just hit you.
now I know that Skywin has done a review on one of the newer versions of the speeder bike.
mm-hmm.
Probably. I don't even remember.
Yeah.
One of the
And-
newest ones is that diorama.
Yeah, and so the thing I like the thing I like about this is that you get terrain builds.
Yep.
I can tolerate Star Wars vehicle sets where you get a little piece of terrain, because I'm more interested in play sets than vehicle sets. So it's nice that you get a little tiny tree from the Forest Moon of Endor, and getting that little piece of terrain adds so much to the set because you can imagine the speeder bike kind of swerving around that tree when it's chasing the rebels.
Yeah. I also think it's crazy the fact that Lego gave you 2 speeder bikes. If they were to make a set like this nowadays, it'd probably be 1 speeder bike. Seems like they've cut back.
Yeah, literally,
And
and this is like a set around like the battle pack like size too. So this was a smaller set back in the
Also,
day.
this set's probably a biatch to build because those brown pieces probably break if you just breathe on them wrong.
wrong, because this was the era of classic brown. They did not upgrade to the reddish brown for another 5 years.
Oh, okay.
After the Lando Calrissian came out in the
Gotcha.
Cloud City set.
It's like I'm in school for like a Star Wars
And also,
history class.
I always thought it was rather creative to use that triangular sign piece that they used for a lot of printed signs in Lego Town as a piece of framing for a vehicle. I don't think they had attempted to use sign pieces in that way yet until this set.
They're still doing that to this day. The technique for speeders.
Yeah,
it looks good though.
Because this set started a trend.
Well, yeah, Star Wars speeders are pretty consistent too. So, but that's
I mean, but for
cool.
even for like a classic set, like this is still like very spot on to even how speeders look today. Like there's like that's what I'm saying. Like this, if you just maybe like update the figures to what they are today, like this, I can see this being made today with the speeders and stuff. It's like it looks like it could be a modern set.
Yeah,
if you brought it, yeah.
And the design of the speeders is good enough where if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I agree with
that
that.
looking design. It looks so similar to the design that we're still getting to this day. Like
yeah. They've updated it like a little bit. Maybe a different color. Like definitely like the whitish gray, light gray. That's like usually now black for the speeders. Like they have the black, stems at the front. You know what I mean? But it's just more like they made it a little darker over the years, like darker brown, but it's still similar design wise for sure. Well, do y'all want to talk more about this one or move on to the next one?
The next one.
All right, next one, Sky.
Yep.
All right, this is from Empire Strikes Back. A lot of people's favorite movie, The Snow Speeder.
See, I feel like the snow speeder's like also a love child of Lego Star Wars, where it's like, oh, we need a snow speeder. We get a snow speeder like every other year, and it's like, oh my gosh, I'm sick of snow speeders personally.
Yeah, personally, I have no opinion about the snow speeder because I don't gravitate towards anything about Hoth. In my opinion, Hoth is one of the least interesting planets, and the only reason it has any interest at all is because the rebels had a base there.
In the battle,
yeah, I love the Battle of Hoth because that's when we first got the AT-AT.
The Battle of Hoth only happened because the rebels had a base there. So if the rebels didn't have a base there, Hoth would be just as useless.
That's true. Yeah.
Really, if you think about it, Hoth would be just as useless as Alderaan if there was no rebel base there.
Yeah, a lot of planets are useless, right? But it's cool.
But they exist.
But you know what's crazy about this snow speeder? Like this snow speeder looks so similar to ones they ended up making in the future too. Like they kind of kept the same design. But when you actually look at the pictures of this one is a little more interesting because it's kind of looks white here, but it is like the actual thing is more built in a more of a gray, and so it looks more gray than white. The actual set, it's actually gray, But they made, like, you know what they did in the future? They made them more accurate, made them the colors they're supposed to be, type thing, and so. But
And
I mean,
and there's three pieces to note in this. One is that that cockpit window canopy would be kind of a staple in a lot of Star Wars sets going forward.
mhm.
They didn't use that white satellite dish in many sets at the time. Most of them was either black or grey, and also we didn't get a whole lot of the orange grill pieces back then either.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Are there
Because
stickers on the set, or did they use prints back in 1999?
I'm pretty sure they used prints because 1999 there weren't a lot of sets that had stickers in it because Lego was going through a phase of juniorification. And so that juniorification contributed to the quote unquote downfall of Lego.
Mm-hmm.
And so I have a lot of prints from Star Wars sets that I acquired during bulk lots because so many details that looks like that is a decoration from this era was printed rather than stickered. Now,
Mhm.
compare that to 2004 to 2007, then starts to swing the pendulum a little bit more towards stickers.
Especially now in 2024. Oh my gosh, every set has 20 stickers or more. I swear. Not really. Dual and Peridia does, though. That's 20 stickers.
Dang.
I hate stickers.
Well, since you all are like, this was alright, I guess we'll move on to the next one. Because you all are just like, Hoff's alright, Snowspeeder, Alright, so we'll go into the next one, the X-Wing Starfighter.
Yeah, baby.
The classic.
I really like comparing the X-Wings through the years, and this was the original. And you see what I was talking about with that with that cockpit window canopy was used again here on the X-Wing.
It's a nice windscreen piece, too. Because
Yeah,
that has a print on it. Now they're like, we'll give you a sticker to go with it. I hate putting stickers on transparent pieces.
And also the advent calendar for this year. That's why it's more like gray looking and like this because it's based off this one, the original. So
Now I noted how the engines on the Luke's land speeder kind of look out of place, being derived from vintage space sets. These engines were also derived from vintage space sets, but given the nature of the X-Wing fighter, they don't look out of place by comparison. And
No,
also,
they look good.
They look good.
You notice you get the little side build
Yep.
the refueling cart or whatever.
Yeah.
This wasn't the first set that included that. I think there was the the B wing and something set from 2002, which also used a similar build. So Lego really liked using that side build.
Yeah, I think this one's pretty like good. But yeah, this just goes to show that like, yeah, there were sets that looked really good and were really nice, even in '99, and then there were the ones that compared to today, you're just like, yeah, that makes. Yeah, of course they made them look more accurate to the movies. The colors are more accurate and stuff now, but it's just some of these do look really good. Like I could see myself like, yeah, that's a good X-wing right there. Really good.
And Lego didn't care as much about prototypical accuracy to the on-screen props.
Yeah.
Back then, so I would bet my bottom dollar that this does not have any piece of landing gear underneath the fuselage.
Yeah, probably not. Probably not, but it still looks great.
Hello,
I've never been a huge fan of landing gear. I've always thought it was funny when people are like, it needs landing gear. It's like, why? Why does it matter?
Hello, Jay's bucket.
Hello. He says, yo. But yeah.
Yo,
And
welcome,
then
bro.
I know you only want to talk about old sets, but I just wanted to point out Lego loves that little carrier thing so much that they actually revisited it again. Was it last year or 2 years ago? We got the TIE bomber. They remade it.
Last
Yeah,
year.
they remade it. But it still uses the same color scheme, like with the black and yellow. And I don't
Yeah,
know if
but
that's necessarily canon or if that's just Lego Star Wars having fun.
but Sky, they also did it for the Yavin 4. They had that little
Yeah,
part too.
that's true too. And
That-
that came out the same year, right?
Oh, around the same year, but yeah, even last year, 22 for sure. Yeah,
So
but yeah,
kind of cool. I just like that thing because it's fun to drive in the Lego Star Wars Saga game.
yeah. All right. Move on to the next one, then, boys. Move up
Next.
next. Anakin's pod.
Why are these images so blurry?
I don't know.
Where did you get these?
I don't know, Skyrim.
Yeah, so you notice that the Callians for these races, they just reused the helicopter blade pieces
Yep.
that they used for over 10 years of Lego helicopters.
It's a cool piece.
I'm not sure what type of blade piece they use now, but I just see this as the helicopters scrap build versions of the pod races.
Mm-hmm. And there's a pit droid as well, as we see there, and classic Padme and classic Anakin,
And a flag.
and a flag in the corner. That's a, by the way, it looks like a castle flag they just threw into a Star Wars
The
set.
environmental clutter. They're like, we can't just give you one thing. We got to give you a little tiny side bit. If memory serves correct too, you can actually like knock that flag over, but it like this because there's like a little stand and it can like fall over, but like not the stand, just the flag. And like so you can imagine that like Anakin ran it over or something.
Hey Mayo, and other voices I don't recognize. It's Jay's bucket. LOL. Yep.
Yeah.
It helps. I'll just say, Jay, when you ingratiate yourself with lots of people in the Lego community, you recognize more and more voices every day.
Yes. But no, like even this, like this set just looks like Anakin pod racers they made today, or that they have made recently. So it's
The
just
most unique thing about this set, and it's really hard to tell because the image sucks. I'm sorry, but it does. Is they used all those tan pieces for the body, which nowadays they use transparent pieces, which are still a little ugly, but it gives the illusion that this thing is like floating in like in the back and stuff.
Yeah.
This set, it just looks awful. I do like the transparent orange pieces though that they used for like the
that
the
was
lightning
cool.
or whatever.
I don't understand what the yellow things are coming out of those engines.
It's supposed to be like the power like shooting out.
Okay.
Yeah. It's kind of cool. Pod racers have that, so but I'm pretty sure Anakin's is supposed to be pink though. I don't think it's orange.
Oh wait,
Is
no,
it?
the electricity was pink, yeah.
But it's still cool to see those like transparent orange pieces. But this set is kind of bad. They've definitely made a lot better. Like the one from 2019 looks way better.
Yeah, there's definitely better pod racers for sure.
Yes, you will. Yes, you will, Jay.
I'm sorry, are these sets any of you have, or just chatting Star Wars? Just chatting about the old sets, yeah.
Yeah.
I have like 2 sets from 2007. So we got a while to go because this is 1999.
Yeah. Which is old, but it's not quite vintage.
Yeah. Okay, so we've talked a lot about the Anakin's Pod Racer. We're like, yeah, they made a lot better ones in the last few years, and definitely a ton of remakes have happened. But now, the Naboo fighter, the Starfighter. What? Oh my god, dude! This looks like the M1 Starfighters Junior set. What is this?
Yeah.
So-
No, this looks better. I do have a quick question.
Yeah.
I want to point out. So, is vintage 1999? You said.
Yes. Well, I consider. Um. Well, I considered the borderline to be. Well, I used to think otherwise, but now that we're getting slightly on in age, because it's the year 2024, I now consider the first year of Lego Bionicle to be the cutoff for what I personally deem vintage Lego. Other people have their own cutoffs. Some people say 20 years, some people say 30 years, some people say 40 years, some people say um any Lego that isn't antique is vintage. So
Gotcha.
I have a little bit of a looser definition of what vintage Lego is, but I do now consider the first year of Bionicle to be vintage.
Yeah, because I'm from 1999 because I was born in 1999, so same year as Lego Star Wars. So I guess I'm vintage.
Hello, John. Hello, John Wick.
Hi, John Wick.
John
Well,
Wick
We didn't
is
hurt your dog. Don't hurt us.
Well, personally, my favorite Lego set is the Lego 9-volt Metroliner train from 1991. But my favorite Star Wars set is something that we will be talking about here today.
Ooh. We got some foreshadowing from Mayo about his favorite
Yeah.
Star Wars set. All
No,
right,
I didn't hurt your dog. I promise.
but to go into this one real quick, I just think there's been so many better M1 or not M1, sorry, Naboo starfighters that have come out. This
Yeah,
really
and one
looks like it.
Naboo
This
starfighter.
really looks like the juniors set. It
It's
looks
so
like
chunky in the back.
yeah, it looks like a junior set. I'm sorry, it just does.
This is one of the Star Wars craft that was really overemphasized by the blockiness during this era.
For sure, for sure.
Because in for a lot of the proportions of where it's properly built up, it does look kind of fat.
Yeah, it does. It does.
I don't know if anybody else sees it, but it makes me think of like a tarantula because like they have those really big butts. Like what it looks like to me. It's way too blocky, but like they
Yeah.
were limited to the pieces they had. Also, I want to point out, notice how the battle droids are the exact same as today. Well, I mean the arms are different nowadays, but it's crazy that Lego's been using the same battle droid for 25 years now.
Yeah,
I'm not sure what that trans green thing is supposed to be at the front.
I have not.
Probably like the blaster fire, like where like it would
Oh
shoot.
yeah, like a shooter or something. Yeah.
I mean, this thing doesn't have stud shooters or spring-loaded shooters or flick-fire missiles, so like that must be lame, huh? Kids need playability.
We need playability, Skyrim.
Yeah,
Well,
I hate stud shooters and spring-loaded shooters and all that.
well, now we're getting onto a set that goes along with this set. We are getting on to the Sith Infiltrator.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is one of the sets that I have a lot to say about for all the wrong reasons.
For all the wrong
Absolutely,
reasons.
yeah.
Just go away, man, because I have a lot of things about this one too.
I'll let you unload on this piece of crap first.
Can we just say outright the worst of Infiltrator that's ever been made? Like, what is this? What is this?
The blue for me and the blockiness.
Well, it doesn't even look like it, like a little bit.
Yeah, the wings do. The back does. The front looks like crud.
The back's decent, but the front looks like it's an unfinished set. Like it looks like there needs to be more.
I can agree with that. The front definitely looks unfinished, but what else could they have done?
It's Darth Maul's ship. It is Darth Maul's ship.
They were limited to what they could do, so I'll give them some grace. Like the back actually looks pretty decent in my opinion.
Yeah,
but the front looks bad, and the landing gear is kind of cool too because it uses that like stool piece, right, or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm curious. What do you have to say, Mayo? I want to hear what you got.
Mayo's gonna rap out like Eminem. His
Yeah.
days.
So everyone thinks that the brick built Chewbacca looks like a
pile of shit.
yeah looks like a literal pile of shit. Well, this is also a pile of shit. This is a candidate. This is a candidate for not only the ugliest Lego Star Wars set ever, but it's also a candidate for the ugliest Lego set of 1999. The blue on the Sith Infiltrator and the Imperial Empire a TIE spacecraft made no sense to me.
Yeah.
And the front is way too square. And
Yeah.
the angles for the wings at the rear have way too big of a gaps in it. They really should have used a better hinges to try and cover up that a gaping hole between the angled plates and the studs not on top plates, because the proportions and the blockiness and the ridiculous addition of the blue just makes my blood boil. This is by far the worst Star Wars set of 1999.
Yeah, it's bad. Let's just agree it's bad and let's just move on.
Well, there's one thing I'll say positive
Go.
about this set, unlike this year's Interceptor or Sith Infiltrator, and that's Darth Maul actually has pupils in this set, but not in the new one. So 25 years later, it's crazy. But
Yeah,
that's
more
the minifigure,
detail.
not the build.
Yeah, but the build is just
If I keep
cast it into the fire, destroy it. Destroy it.
If we keep showing this on screen, I think I think it'll make me want to scream at the
You
air.
spit up your lunch.
All right, well let's get right into the next one so we don't make Mayo scream on camera. All right, the TIE Fighter and the Y-wing.
Now this
with
is
Darth
better.
Vader. Does Darth Vader fly the tie, or is that's supposed to be Darth Vader's tie, right?
Well, Darth Vader's just standing on the Death Star for some reason.
Yeah, he's gonna cut that Y-wing. That'd be awesome to see a lightsaber cut a ship in half. But yeah, this is one of the things he was talking about, Mayo, with the blue. It's like why did Lego think that the TIE fighters needed blue? I don't get that.
Yeah, because you can just barely make out on the blurry box art that the bottom of that TIE fighter wing, there are some blue tiles on it. Which make no sense.
Like light blue, kind of dark blue. Yeah, it's just like, jeez.
What are so I know the ones that with the rectangular wings are the TIE fighters. What are the TIE spacecraft that have the hexagon wings?
Oh, we're gonna get into that. That's in the here's the thing, guys. Those did not release until the year after. Until 2000.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get into that.
But I don't know what the name of the spacecraft is.
It's just a TIE fighter. I think this was
TIE.
I think this is supposed to be Darth Vader's TIE Advanced or like TIE
Yeah,
Fighter
TIE Advanced. That's Darth Vader.
Yeah.
That you can't see it in this set, and they might not have actually included it with this set, but the back is supposed to be rounded off instead of just like straight. Because his ship's a little bigger.
The reason why this is the rectangular wings is because it's supposed to be Vader's version.
Yeah, so it's like the leader's tie, so it stands out a little bit more.
Yeah,
but they just have him standing on the Death Star because they're like, ooh, this set has Darth Vader.
That's why I said this is weird.
Yeah.
Although TIE Bombers and Vader's TIE Advance look very similar too, but TIE Bombers have two round bits because the one bit's the cockpit and then the other side is for the bombs.
John Wick is saying, what is Kylo Ren's ship called? It's literally called Kylo Ren's shuttle. That's what they call it.
Yeah, Kylo Ren's shuttle, and then what? But he has two ships, Kylo Ren. He has one that looks like a TIE fighter. Kind of like
the
a TIE
scythe.
Interceptor.
The scythe. There,
Is that what it's called?
I think it's like Kylo Ren's scythe. I thought it was, but then not the. And then there's Kylo Ren's shuttle, which is the one that folds the wings out, and then there's the like one that looks like a TIE Interceptor or something.
Yeah.
But I think it's called the Kylo Ren's scythe or something. I think that's that TIE
I
one.
couldn't tell you. I don't remember.
I
There
don't
was-
remember, but I
I will
think
say
it's
though, going back to this, that I'm sorry,
Um,
what? Mayo?
Yeah, who was the character that was Kylo Ren's teacher?
Snoke
Yeah.
or Luke.
Oh,
Yeah.
Snoke. If you say it really fast, he becomes Kylo Ren's T-shirt.
Yes. I do like this wide wing though.
Kylo-
I'm looking at it.
Kylo
That's
Ren's
actually
teacher.
pretty good.
Kylo Ren's teacher. Kylo Ren's teacher. Kylo Ren's teacher. Kylo Ren's teacher. Kylo Ren's T-shirt.
Sounds like you're trying to say color in teacher. Color in teacher.
Yeah, but
Skywen T-shirt.
Skyrim T-shirt.
Yes, I'm Skyren. Show my beautiful face to the audience.
I'll give you your face. Here you go.
My beautiful snowman face.
Your beautiful
The
face.
ladies like my carrot.
The only thing is, I think we've gotten better wide wings. I just think it's too blocky at the front. I think that the way they've smoothed them out and actually have a little bit of a better.
That was a
Why?
good first try though. In my opinion.
It's a good first try, but they have made them better. That's what I'm
Absolutely.
I don't like how they used the angled plates for the white, but they didn't use the
saying.
angled
Yeah.
plates for the yellow.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the yellow, like jagging out, just looks a little weird.
Well, it's supposed to be white and yellow, so I think they did a decent job with that.
It's good
But
for
it's a little blocky, yeah, but
It's blocky,
and
but
it doesn't help that this image is so blurry, so it makes it a little hard to tell. But the engines look very similar to what they do nowadays. Like very.
They really haven't changed much with the engines because
yeah,
with the design of those engines, it's another case where if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
exactly.
And I
Yeah,
love that like golf ball looking piece
Yes.
that they put in the front, like it's like a half a golf ball.
Yeah.
They
Well-
still do that to this day, and it's really nice. But Lego hasn't made a Y wing in quite a while.
Well, boys, we're getting into the next set here, and I think this one is pretty decent myself. But I think they made a better version after. But this was a very good first attempt for this one. The Gungan sub.
Yes.
This one's good. This one's actually pretty decent. And they actually have some fishies there.
Haven't they only made one a Gungan sub after this set?
Yeah, I
Yes,
think there's only 2 in total.
there
It's
was
crazy.
yeah, I like the remake, like the one they did after this. That one's really good. But
I like that we get that manta ray piece as one of the
Yep.
animals in the Gungan scene,
Hmm.
and also you get those seaweed pieces, which would go on to be used in the Lego SpongeBob sets.
I was just gonna say SpongeBob, right? Yeah.
yep.
I used to have one of those pieces because I used to have a SpongeBob set. Is those like pieces in the back, like rubber or something, like for like the little bit that looks like coming out?
I think they'd either be rubber or those
Like
gutted string pieces.
ooh.
I've
mhm.
never seen a piece like that in person, just on box art and stuff.
And I'm pretty sure those engines are printed as well.
Yeah, imagine that, printing your Lego pieces.
Wow. Like I mean, yeah.
Plus, that's a cool like blue anchor piece. I've never seen that piece in person.
Yeah. This one, this was like one of the best first attempts Legos did for sure. Like the speeder bikes were pretty good. This was good. Like they did pretty good with like keeping up with some of them, and this one was a good like one of the best first attempts I've seen. Like with the speeder bikes too, like even the snow speeder was fairly close as well. So it's just like
You see a starfish hiding underneath those rocks.
yeah.
Is that Patrick Star is a baby.
Well, I don't know, man. That's yellow. I don't know if that's him or not.
It's also still hard to tell because the image is blurry, but are we at flesh tone minifigures now, or are they still yellow?
They're
No.
They're all yellow.
I
They're
can't
yellow.
tell from this picture.
They're yellow.
Not Jar Jar.
Not Jar Jar's over being tan.
Yeah.
But now Skyrim says this is where one of the creepiest Lego minifigures is from on the next set. The Mas Espada.
You're fired from getting pictures. Why are these so blurry?
I don't know why this is
Good,
so
one job.
Dude, they were clear they were clear. I don't know.
Then when you downloaded it or put them on StreamYard, then StreamYard biatched and was like, no,
I
you
don't
can
know.
fix it. It's
But
crazy,
literally, that's just Anakin's pod racer front into this.
Yeah, it's the identical build and isn't that Maz Vizsla's pod racer or something?
No, this is Sebulba, Anakin, and the green one is Gasgano. The the green one is Gasgano's pod racer. Sebulba is the orange, and Anakin's is of course the blue. And then there's like the little stands in the corner.
Yeah, I always liked the little stands in the corner because they weren't featured in any other of the pod races, and also the packaging for this wasn't a normal box. It was one of those buckets because Lego advertised this as a creativity bucket where you could build your own custom pod races. So I think they encourage you to switch up the colors in this to make almost rainbow colored pod races.
I hate rainbow colored sets. Yeah, though I remember that. Like, I've never seen one in person, but I know people. I've seen people that have them on YouTube and stuff. It's a bucket, and I was like, "What set is that?" As soon as you say that, I'm like, "Oh, that makes sense." Yeah. Did they have boxes too, or just those like?
They have boxes. Yeah.
Yeah, kind of a precursor to the mix and match style build of that weird X-wing and TIE fighter set we got this year.
Yeah. I hate that set from this year.
Well, I think I think this is the final 99 set. It's the next one. Which is
it would be the UCS the UCS X-wing is the final set from 99. Now this is my second favorite of the Star Wars sets from 99, just because the Naboo swamp is so cool it's so cool in the movie, and it translates even better into Lego in my opinion.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that it does have probably the most hated, or now that we got the sequels, the second most hated character ever in Jar Jar Binks. The most hated one is probably Rose now.
I say Nubs is worse.
Is the fact that we got the kind of square tree roots on the brown bricks for dirt on top of the blue plates for water, and we get the upside down seaweed pieces. Makes it look like a good willow tree type build.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, and
so I could just imagine you buying 10 of these sets, and you'd get a pretty epic looking swamp on a 48 by 48 base plate or something.
And then 10 Jar Jars, wow.
Or if you bought one of the blue 32 by 32 base plates, you would eliminate the need for the blue plate underneath, and you could just stick the trees wherever you want on a water-based plate, and you could have you could potentially put the Gungan sub onto a 32 by 32 blue base plate and surround it with these little trees, and it would look pretty. It would look pretty nice together.
Yeah. Well, now I think the next one I have on here, I think that we're going into 2000 now.
Now you
But
got the UCS X-Wing, and then
We got the UCS X-Wing.
don't forget about the first ever UCS set.
Which is
was it in at 99? Because I don't remember it showing up on the 99 list.
Yeah, which is still my favorite UCS set of all time.
Really?
The original UCS X-Wing. I have the 2023 UCS X-Wing, but I would trade that in a heartbeat for the original.
Wow.
Where
I love the new one. I mean, I shouldn't say love because I'm not a huge fan. Actually, no, because I'm on Brickset right now, and it says that the X-Wing released July of 20 or early 2000.
Oh,
yeah,
July,
I thought so.
July's
Yeah,
mid of the year,
So it is
in the 2000s.
We're
Yeah.
going into 2000 now, and now this is a remake we got this year of a set. If you know what it is, it was featured as this year's gift with. It was featured as this year's gift with purchase if you got the TIE Interceptor, the Droid Carrier, the original Droid Carrier.
Wait. What about the desert skiff?
Does that mean that the TIE Interceptor is actually considered the very first ever UCS set?
No. What? Where's the desert skiff from 1999?
There wasn't a desert skiff in '99.
Was that a two? Was that?
It was another 2000 set, yeah. Because those original 13 were the ones for 1999.
Okay,
that's what's on Brickset, yeah.
So the desert skiff was another 2000 set. Okay.
Yes.
Or
July. Or January.
Yeah. So you notice off the bat with this is that they use that really ugly angled brick for the front of the droid carrier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The new one kind of fixed that though with the GWP. They fixed it made it look. I think the GWP looks better than this one. Honestly, they fixed a lot.
Absolutely. They remade it. They used the green pieces, which is cool.
Because the chassis of this is just way too blocky.
Yeah. They really made it like fit into the scale, but made it look a lot better with the new one.
Absolutely.
For sure. But to see the original, like you can see where they got the design from and everything, and it is pretty cool. Like this is a pretty cool set for like 2000 for sure, and that they did make a new one based off this is pretty awesome. It is a pretty cool set overall. But yeah, it is a little blocky. I'm glad that they made it a little more, and also they have all those new tile pieces now that made it look more tiled off and more flat than blocky, and that really helped it too with the new one. But decent set. You get a lot of battle droids. Like, what's the complaint about that one there? I mean, it's just all. I mean, this was like one of our first battle packs. Basically, we got our first droid battle pack here. We got your droid army ready to take over here.
How much was this set when it released?
You got Brickset open. You can tell us.
Let me see if I can find it.
It's 2000. This is 2000.
Okay.
Because there was no 2001 sets. Every set from 2000 just got extended into 2001. The next wave of sets was 2002 with Attack of the Clones.
Wow. It says that it retailed for $10.
Wow.
So that is a battle pack.
And do you get four? Is that counting four
three?
droids?
Wait, 1, 2, 3. Wait, those just 3. Wait, no, yeah, 7. Because there's 3 on each side there, and then 1.
So there's 7. So there's 7 droids in this. How many droids did the GWP come with?
I think around 7 or 8. Yeah.
because it came with 6 regular and 2 pilots. This one, they're all just regular. So
Yeah, true.
this one might have actually came with 8, and just they don't have the extra one on the box. That's likely
I
possible.
think this one's probably 7. That's probably
Yeah.
about right, though.
I'm like, that's
Because-
pretty good, but these battle droids suck, and I don't think they're minifigures.
Yeah, because
Can't even pose their legs.
Because let's be honest, the Battle Droid Carrier isn't a set you get for the droid carrier, it's a set you get for the droids. And as I always say, if the best part about the set is the minifigures, it's a bad set. And this is just straight up a bad build that you only buy for the droids.
Yeah, I mean, this was definitely like an army builder if you wanted more droids for sure.
Because I bet even with the pieces available at the time, people could make mocks that look better than this carrier.
For sure.
Even 25 years ago, when not nearly as many people were making mocks.
Well, onto this next one from 2000. Now this set is another one, but I think we can add with the Land Speeder, X-Wing TIE Fighter, and like Snow Speeder, as one Lego just loves to remake when they can. The Droid Escape set. The original.
Yeah, they've made about 4 or 5 of these in a micro fighter version, and
yep.
Is this
couple.
our first? Is this the first C-3PO?
I think so.
Yeah. And you notice that the R2-D2 does not have the silver printing on the dome. It just has the pure white.
Yep.
Yeah, the silver looks way better. It's more accurate to the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, the print only goes on the top, so it's like there's the huge white gap in between the bottom of the piece and the top of the cylinder piece. So looks really ugly. I don't like that version of R2.
And
Yeah,
plus that, and plus that C-3PO, it only looks like mustard. It doesn't look gold or nothing at all.
Yeah, because it kind of looks like that yellow. It kind of looks like how Lego used to use a lot of pastel colors. This kind of looks like a pastel gold.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can't think of a pearl gold that has this much flatness in its sheen,
Right.
because there's almost no sheen to that gold whatsoever.
Yeah. It just looks really weird, and the face looks kind of creepy too, like the dots on the face. It just looks weird.
Well, you can't blame all of it, because some of it's just because the image quality is kind of terrible.
Well, yeah, but
I can pull it up and look at it on Brickset right now, and it looks a lot.
And I'm not sure about you
Is that
guys.
a word? His eyes look red though.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It looks weird.
I'm not sure about you guys, but I forgot this set even existed.
yeah. I mean, there's been so many of these that it's just like, well. But this is the one where we were really talking about it. I mean, it's like, what can we say about this one? The 2 figures were made completely better in newer versions, and we've had 1,000 different versions of the escape pod now that look 1,000 times better than that as well. And so it's just like, yeah, there's been better versions. All right, now this is one where we might get Mayo Hosko getting on another rant about blue pieces. The original TIE Fighter.
Oh my god, I can't deal with the blue. I cannot deal with the blue. Get it off my screen, there's too much blue.
It's so bland too. The way that the wings are just here's some blue, and that's it. They put so much more detail into the wings nowadays.
It's not even the blue for Blue Milk Luke, it's just an ugly blue.
Yeah, but also the other thing is too, is even on the newer models, even on the back side of the new TIE Fighters, even the backs, of the back of the wings for each side, they even have a detail on the wings for the new, that's just blank. It's just black, and the where you see where you connect the parts for the wing, and then that's it. It's just blank. This is
not a
probably
fan.
this is probably the ugliest TIE fighter we've ever had. Just to be honest.
And also
I still think the junior one is worse.
Yeah. Also, it's the main body's connection to the wings is way oversized in my opinion.
Yeah.
But it needed to be oversized just to have strength.
Yeah, to hold up all those pieces individually.
Well, yeah, for 2000, like the first like part of like a first like this is the second year of like a Star Wars, so definitely I can understand them wanting to like have some crazy ideas to make TIE fighters and stuff. It's just like what in the world was this?
I just want to know what their thought process was like with the blue, because they probably had to go based off a concept art, right? And it's like even in the concept art, you can tell that they're not blue.
But Sky, I guarantee they were baked while they made this set. That's all I can think of. It just doesn't make any sense otherwise. It's like I don't know why you would make it blue. I mean, maybe because it's like they didn't want to. Maybe the gray at the time wasn't what they would want for a TIE fighter. I don't know. It's just like it's weird to see a TIE fighter with blue now that we've seen so many with the accurate colors. It's just like a flash to the past right here. And of course the advent calendar has made a version of this one with the blue wings and the blue material, so it's interesting.
Pay,
but
like,
it's just,
tribute.
Yeah, pay tribute to it, but it's just like it's all right. It's not bad, it's not good, it's just
It's just weird.
It's weird for sure, but we're going let's just say not better TIE fighters have been made, of course.
Absolutely.
Onto the Imperial Shuttle. What?
It looks like a dog, like that kind of dog with the long face. They're called like Borzors or something like that, right?
Now, I don't think this looks too blocky, but the gaps are pretty unsightly.
Yeah, and also like the color. I know this is like classic Lego. Don't get me wrong, like the vintage Lego, but still, like the colors are so off on this too. Like there should be no black or gray in that top part. It just is
they
off.
use a giant gray piece.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of like it though. It's kind of cool.
Now
it's cool.
The reason why I complain about some of the blockiness in the sets because in the late 90s, Lego had enough specialized pieces in their parts inventory where they were doing more sloped and curved builds. So to see blockiness, like straight up blocks in sets like the Sith Infiltrator, grind my gears. So I do appreciate that they did use a lot of sloped and angled pieces in this. To the point it doesn't look blocky. It's just that with the geometrics of the hinged pieces and the clipped connections they used back then does make it susceptible to a lot of gaps because they didn't use as many cheese slopes in sets to hide gaps between angles like they do today.
Yeah.
And the 1x and like the horizontal and the vertical 1x2 cheese slopes didn't exist back then.
Yeah. I definitely like the newest one they came out with, like the playset scale one. I have that one. I like that one. I know people complain about that one, the newest one, but
it's great.
I love it too. I don't think it. And also people complain about the like cockpit going down and there's too much of a gap underneath. This 2000 set is too much gap. That's too much. Like that should not be the underneath of the cockpit. It just looks too blocky underneath the cockpit, and that's not how it's supposed to be. The new one looks so much better. That's all I'll say.
I just need to go away for about 60 seconds.
So that's fine.
You guys can give a little bit more of your thoughts while I'm doing something quickly.
That's fine.
Do your best Lego Palpatine impression.
You know what I think about this set, Sky?
No, in the Lego Star Wars game, you know how he goes. And then when you hit him,
No, you know what's so funny? Because this set was literally remade like exactly the same almost, but they just gave Palpatine gray skin, included Vader and some stormtroopers, and that's on. You saw
didn't it
that.
come with Luke? It
No,
was
that
Luke
was
and Vader.
no, that was I think the third or fourth one they did.
Oh.
It was
Wait, I didn't know they made so many. I thought they've only ever had like
no,
2
like
in the
literally
UCS.
no Skyrim. Like, I think it was 2003, 4. It was in like 2003 to 5. They remade this the exact same set
Yeah,
almost.
but it had
And
Luke in it.
I remember there's just one that has Vader, some troopers, and the Royal Guards. And then there was one after it with Luke, and then they made. And there's just so many Imperial shuttles. They made a lot of shuttles too.
They had an Endor version, but I want to say that was like 2016 or 18, somewhere in between there and there. And
But that
then,
was like Krennic shuttle, right?
and then no, it was an Imperial shuttle. It was supposed to be like from Endor.
Oh,
But
like
I think that one came
that,
with like Leia,
yeah, the
if I'm not
Endor.
mistaken.
Yeah, like that was like the UCS.
But the one from I want to say it was 21, so 2021.
Yeah.
That one I swear it had Luke in it. I'm gonna look it up.
No, the 21. That's it. It was Luke, Vader, and the pilot.
Yeah,
Yeah, that.
I
Yeah.
love the one from 2021. I actually think it's really good.
I love that. It's sitting on my shelf right over there. That's why I was like, the most recent one they made, like the 21, 22 one, is like the best one they've done.
Yeah, on 21.
21, yeah, I thought so.
And was this the first set to include the Praetorian Guards?
Are the Royal Guards? Yeah. Yes, it was, I believe. Yeah.
So this is something I wanted to know. What is the difference between the Royal Guards and the Praetorian Guards?
So Royal Guards guard Palpatine the Emperor. Praetorian, they guard
Snoke.
Well, are we talking about Imperial or what's it called? The New Order, the First Order, not New Order.
The First Order, yeah.
So the First Order technically introduced Praetorian Guards first, even though then they have those. The Imperials had them too. But so Royal Guards guard Palpatine. They used to be blue on Coruscant, and then they changed to red a little before Episode 3. But then Praetorian Guards, they just watched like the big shots, kind of like Moff Gideon and stuff, and then also Snoke. But Praetorian Guards have more freedom to like move their bodies around. They don't have like those robes and stuff. And they had more training, so they were able to use like more advanced weapons and stuff.
Weaponry,
So Praetorian Guards are actually better, I think.
Yeah. So
they look cooler too.
Yeah. So the Praetorian Guards have a better skill set than the Royal Guards, but they are more akin to the First Order than the Imperial Empire.
Yeah, but
they're late Empire.
No. It's actually because it's the remnant empire, like the remnants of the Empire Mandalorian. Because in Mandalorian to the like sequels, that's when they're setting him up. Like the Mandalorian, the shows are setting up the First Order with the Praetorians and everything. So you could just say the First Order. It's like the Imperial remnant and the First Order. Like it's after the Empire falls is the Praetorian.
Because I heard someone complaining about the First Order as a whole. They just magically decided to copy like for like everything that the Empire did, even though the Empire failed. They just designed
exactly
down to the freaking mouse droids.
Yep.
Like why did the First Order need to copy the mouse droids? It's 30 years later after the fall of the Imperial Empire. Surely Imperial technology would have evolved enough in 30 years since the fall of the Empire that the First Order could have come up with a small droid capable of doing more things than the mouse droid.
I think they did. There's a couple of books that talk about how the First Order actually was able to take concepts and the ideas from the Empire, but advance them and make them better.
So why didn't they do that in the movie? Thanks, Ryan Johnson. Thanks, J.J.
I know,
Abrams.
right? But so like the First Order really is just the Empire on steroids, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I love the First Order. I actually think the First Order is cool.
And the person I saw complaining about the First Order is how did they get this much money this quickly? They should have started it's only 30 years since the fall of the Imperial Empire. They should have been this little evil startup company, but it looks like they were the inheritance of a billionaire.
I know.
daddy.
It's like, how did they rise to power? That just goes to show you that the New Republic was a joke.
It gave the impression they inherited a billionaire's a daddy's credit card. They should not have been that big that quickly. The reason the Imperial Empire was that big is because they were the government.
Yeah.
Long
Well,
live the Empire.
I want to get into this though, because it's kind of making me laugh as I'm looking at it in the background here. This was one of the sets that came out in 2000. What do you guys think about the Technic C3PO?
As much as I complain about the construction Star Wars figures from the CCBS era, which for those who don't know, CCBS stands for Creature Character Building System. These Technic ones are even worse. They made
the only good one.
They made one for C3PO. They made one for Darth Vader. Was there another character?
Yeah,
Stormtrooper, Darth Vader, 3PO.
We're getting into it. We're getting into
it. But the Droideka is nice.
Yeah. All we can say is this is shit. All right, moving on.
Absolutely.
Watto's Junkyard. What do we think about this set here? This is actually a set we've never gotten after this, right? We never got like a Watto's actual place.
Nope.
So that is very interesting.
I don't even know whose pod racer that is.
I don't know either. I really don't.
Watto did not have a pod racer. He was just a scummy businessman.
I'm not sure if it's accurate to the movie, but is Watto's pod racer supposed to be that blocky?
Watto didn't have a pod racer, so that's why I'm asking.
I don't know who this is. Who's pod
I think Lego just made this because they could.
So what you're saying is that Lego pulled this.
This had to be a bucket set. This had to be a bucket.
So what you're saying is Lego pulled this design out of their ass.
Possibly.
Possibly, yeah.
Like I said, I'm not super knowledgeable. I don't know everything. But
yeah, and of course they had to include more blue. Although with the trans red, I know it's not trans neon orange, but it kind of looks like an ice planet version of a pod racer.
It does, but I mean, what can we say about this set? It just looks so weird.
It looks like crap.
It looks like crap.
The fact that that Watto never had a pod racer, so it's not canon to the movie is a big it's a big points deduction from the grading of this set.
Who comes in this set other than Watto? Is there someone driving the pod racer?
It looks like there's like some small little alien driving.
I'm like, it's too blurry for me to tell, but I'm like, so I don't know, but it makes it look like a pit stop more than like a.
Yeah, it
doesn't look like his shop. Well, I guess it's not his shop. It's like his junkyard. So maybe he's selling this to someone. Is he like a car dealership?
It's kind of
Watto's dealership.
If it's Watto's junkyard, it kind of reminds me of the scrap metal places that my bus route drives by.
All right, well,
but the real question is, will Republic credits do?
Maybe.
No,
all right, no, they won't. But on to this next set because I think it's probably a little better. The ATST, the Chewbacca.
You think this is better?
Better than the Watto's junkyard.
That's some shit.
This is shit though. It's so weird. Why is there brown and tan in it?
Yeah, the brown and tan makes no sense. Other than that, I think that the blockiness actually works for this because the walkers are pretty blocky to begin with.
Just the
Yeah.
head, not the legs. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's really small too. It looks like a baby. It's a baby ATST.
But to be honest, I have no affinity for the walkers. I know that a lot of people are in love with the walkers and they would want to walk a walker like a dog, which is why
Oh,
people
absolutely.
which is why people call the UCS 80 80
A
the
dog?
dog.
Oh,
So
yeah. A cute doggy.
I know that that the dog lovers and the walker lovers go crazy about the Lego Star Wars walkers, and I know that they would probably puke at this. Although it is
Yeah.
nice. Is this the first set to come with Chewbacca?
I can't
I
recall.
think so. I think so. I think it is because I don't remember getting Chewbacca in the first wave. They didn't make like the Falcon yet, so
Yeah, because the Falcon was also in this year, and I've got something controversial to say about the Falcon.
I think the Falcon was another year because I don't remember seeing it in 2000.
I remember Jane Briggs reviewing the original Millennium Falcon, and he said it was from 2000.
Yeah. Not a fan of this though. This Imperial ATST looks like crap.
All right, well, moving on. What do we think about this? Is the Tantive 4, the Imperial Blockade Runner, as they call it,
This
or
is
the
actually
the,
pretty
the
nice.
Rebellion, or the Blockade Runner, or is what they call it on
So
Brickset.
does that mean they had two UCS sets for this year? This in the X-wing.
Is this a UCS set?
This is the UCS one, yeah.
Hmm.
This is counted as a UCS set I saw, but this is the Tantive 4 from
I
this.
always found it strange that they renamed it. I don't know what Lego was getting at calling this the Rebel Blockade Runner.
I think it was always the Tantive, but they called it something else.
I think it's one of those ships where it has multiple names.
Yeah.
Because I've also heard some people calling this the Fist.
Oh yeah,
I've never heard that, but okay.
because the rear engines and
I
the
can
shape
see it.
and the shape of the body makes it look like a fist. Like
Yeah.
the top engines are your knuckles, and then the bottom engines are the joints in your fingers.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, it looks like a wrist. And I remember when Briggsar did a video talking about the newest Tantive 4, and he compared it to his fist at the start of the video. So now I can never not see the Tantive 4 as the flying fist, kind of like how Lego did that midi scale set that also looks like a body anatomy. Was it something? Was it?
Boy, I don't know about that one.
Dang. You're gonna ruin these sets for me.
I need to do some fact checking while you guys talk about it.
Okay.
All right, well, next one is the Technic Stormtrooper. Oh God! Oh Jesus Christ! Look at that! Look at that! That's you, Skyrim. That's you, Skyrim.
I do find it funny that they used the Technic composition cannon in place of a blaster.
Yeah, so at least you can shoot at someone and miss, right?
Can I just say one thing, Skyrim? Can we agree on one thing? The mech is better than this.
I don't know. I don't think you can ever convince me that the mech is better.
The mech is better in my opinion. Like this I don't even know. It doesn't even look like a stormtrooper. It looks like a stormtrooper, but it looks like he has like really bad scoliosis. Like he's having trouble walking.
The eyes are freaky. Like the helmet, like could have used some more work. I mean, the whole thing is kind of freaky.
Yeah. I just found the comparison. It's the invisible hand. set
Oh God.
is what.
What do you think the invisible hand looks like?
Well, the set is called Invisible Hand, and a name like Invisible Hand reminds me of how the Tanty 4 looks like a fist.
Okay.
I don't
I
want
don't
to
know
think
why
about
General
that.
Grievous' ship is called the Invisible Hand. It's clearly not invisible.
Hey, you got to give him a hand though. It's a good
Yeah.
ship.
With
All right.
with a name like the Invisible Hand, you'd think it'd be like how the Nimbus from Futurama can turn invisible to creep up behind someone.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
Now, I think this is the final 2000, unless I am wrong, but I did get all these from Brick Set, and this is I went by the exact order they posted them in. For everyone, I downloaded each picture, like you know. But this is what they said was like one of like the last set of 2000, and it was the Darth Maul post, the Darth
Yeah.
Maul
I hate
post.
this one.
I actually really like this. I like this better than the Yoda bust.
And,
If we're comparing, then yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but then after this for 2000, there was no sets for because all those sets stayed on the shelves for 1 year. The 2000 ones did. Then they came back with like a Star Wars in 2002 with Attack of the Clones and so every set there that's 1999 to 2001 because they just kept the sets into 2000 and
Weren't there more of the Technic sets, or was that later?
no, that's in 2002.
Oh, so the Stormtrooper was just them testing the water, huh?
C3PO and the
Oh, the
Stormtrooper.
3PO, yeah, that's right.
And
Yeah.
the last two sets from 2000 are the Skiff. No, sorry, the last three sets from 2000 are the Skiff, the UCS X-wing, and the Falcon.
Well,
Yeah, we
when
didn't talk
I
about those sets.
well they were on that list, guy. If you look, they were on there. I didn't see the Falcon on that for 2000 or the X.
I don't know. I just know that the images were really blurry. And I'm
Yeah, but
blaming
that's
you.
somewhat. Well, I downloaded them from. I got the pictures from Brickset. They were really clear when I downloaded them. I don't know what happened. Don't,
On
but-
Bricklink, it says that the Skiff was a 2000 set.
Yeah,
I
it
don't
said that
know.
for me on Brickset. It
And
says
you get-
2000.
Well,
Can
can you share your screen on Brickset, Scott?
Let me
Can we
pull
get
it back up.
images? Can we get images for the Skiff? Like, why is it not on the Brickset list?
Well, I didn't see it. I didn't. I guess I missed it, but I didn't.
Because there's some pieces to note on the 2000 a desert Skiff, and probably the UCS X-wing and the Falcon from 2000 are the two sets that I like to talk about most from the 2000 Star Wars sets. So we are not.
Fair warning, there's a bunch of ads on here because
So we are not. We
That
are not leaving. We are not leaving this stream without talking about my two favorite Star Wars sets from 2000.
can you guys see my screen?
All right, let's go, Sky. Thank you,
So
man.
the desert skiff right here, it says right here, 2000, January 1st, 2000.
That's weird.
So your list was wrong. Plus, when
And
I
also-
click on this,
And also that
look how
game-
crisp that is compared to your images.
Yeah.
Annoying
Yeah.
the stupid ad.
and so
Go
what's
away,
to note-
progressive.
The pieces to note are the they have that fence. They have that fence piece that was used a lot in the city center sets and for the end gates on Lego trains. They recolored that into classic brown, and you get another one of those sloped opaque windscreen pieces in classic brown.
This guy right here.
Yeah.
I don't know why this ad won't go away. There's not even anything here anymore.
Yeah.
But that's pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know how to close this. Go away.
And then you said there's a Falcon and what's X-Men?
There's a lot of stats. Look, because you got the Gungan Patrol.
Let's go through some of these that a bounty doesn't have the pictures for.
Okay. So are we done with the desert skiff?
Yeah, because we can go through some of these pretty rapid fire because there's not much to say.
Well, I got him straight from Brixus. I don't know why they didn't show up for me.
Gungan Patrol, they're on patrol. What are these blue things called, Bounty? Are they called
The bombs, the
Bumbas or something?
Bombas, that's it. Bombas.
What are these animal things called? That's cool that they actually have molds for them and they're not just brick built.
Yeah.
And you can tell that these are from 2000 because instead of printing or molding the eyes, they just have studs for the eyes.
Yeah, that's cool.
I like that printed pink shield.
Yeah, it's printed on. I was gonna ask you. You're more knowledgeable than me because like this, they probably use this in like the castle sets and stuff. How old is this piece? Do you know? But like they printed it.
Well, I'm pretty sure the long version of that shield first came out in the mid 90s. I don't think they had it in. Actually, no, they did have it with the Dragon Masters Knights in 1993. I think so. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that long shield piece is now 31 years old.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. What is?
I can't recall any of the Black Knights coming with the long shield. So I do want to say that Dragon Masters was the first of them to come with that long shield. This is the blockiness in the flash speeder. I don't like it.
It's ugly.
Yeah, that one's.
He's smiling. I love the classic Lego smiley face. Like it's just it doesn't work for Star Wars.
Yeah, another one of those ugly angled bricks at the front.
Yep. That one we can just move on. Just it's
Next. Look how blocky this guy is. I don't even remember this guy. He's got a mustache.
This is probably the worst.
Ugly.
This is the worst. It's so terrible. What is this?
This is by far the worst A-wing starfight.
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know if I've actually ever seen this until now. It is horrible.
No. That's not an A-wing. That's a Z-wing, bro. That's a new ship entirely. What? That doesn't.
Not A-wing right here. A-wing fighter. Read the...
I know it doesn't look like it though. It looks like shit.
A-wing of crap. This is also pretty bad right here.
Because
although I like the carbonate piece. That's classic.
Because as everyone knows, this is a Boba Fett slave one. I mean, starship.
Yeah, you can't call it that. It's called the Hailfire.
The fire spray. Fire spray.
Yeah.
Get it right.
Yeah, Hellfire.
This is another one where they include brown. Where they include brown for no reason because they didn't have dark red back then.
Yeah, I'll give them some slack. It works better than just making it green. Like at least they
works.
tried.
It works.
And is this cockpit the same as like the one from the snow speeder?
No,
it looks similar.
I think it's a different because it looks
a little different.
Because actually, if you zoom in, you notice that it's actually a two part.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Because
right
there were those old style hinges connecting what is a square canopy to a 3-angled canopy, and that 3-angled canopy was actually used in the airport shuttle set that everyone likes.
Cool.
All right, Sky. What is that? Oh, AAT.
AAT, Trade Federation AAT.
And all right. There's a better version that was made.
Yeah.
It's
not horrible.
Inclusion.
It's not horrible. It's all right.
The noteworthy piece is the inclusion of two of the quarter round dome pieces that they used in the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, but these ones have prints on. I don't like these versions of the pieces though.
Yeah, they're a
Actually,
little.
are they all the same? Do they all have these little dimples on the ends?
Yeah.
then
Yeah,
you-
yeah.
Okay.
We
I
got
remember
this-
these pieces from Lego Mars Mission because like a lot of the alien ships used them. So I just have like nostalgia for those pieces.
You know, I really quite like that cartoon design of a flow from Progressive Car Insurance, right?
I
Right
don't.
there.
I wish these ads would go away. I have my ad blocker on and it's not working. I
Another
don't
one of the
even know what this says.
another one of the pod racing buckets.
Yeah,
This
that's a
looks
bucket.
horrible.
That's got probably the ugliest pod racers ever. Right here.
Yeah.
I
Look
think
at
this
that.
is
That's the
supposed to
best
be.
minifigure ever. I wish I could zoom in more.
I think this is supposed to be micro scale because there's no way there's no way your characters could walk across the footbridge on that start finish line.
Yeah, well, Sky, just move on. It's just
Yeah.
no. What
It's
does
a
that
big
come out?
wing.
Yes, the B Wing and Rebel Control Center is actually a good set.
Eh, it's
Hang
not
on.
bad.
Because even though the Bing Wing does have a lot of blockiness, it is nice that we get a room that is the control center. We didn't get a lot of rooms in the early years of Star Wars because they really wanted to hammer in on the recognizable spacecraft. Now we get sets like boarding the Tantive 4, which everyone likes.
Yeah.
We didn't have a whole lot of stuff back then, but we did have this tiny little slice of it, which was a Rebel control center, and we get
Yeah.
another one of those utility carts that actually has a refueling pump
Mhm.
on its trailer.
It's
Kinda cool.
yeah, it's
He's
cool.
got a mustache, so that's cool.
What's the next?
This bad boy, and it's not
Yes.
blue.
Yay! There's no blue. The UCS tie interceptor.
Imagine if it was blue.
You do notice that that the pod with that for the cockpit it's octagonal, not round, which kind of bothers me.
Yeah. And they use shovels for this set, and they use shovels for the new one too.
Was this
Right here.
2000 as well?
Yep. I mean, I think so. That's what it says right here. July 1st. So, but yeah, I love this. Well, I say I love it. I love the new one more, obviously, the one that came out this year, the TIE Interceptor. But it pays tribute to this one, with like the shovel pieces in the side here. Like I don't know if you can tell because I can't zoom in anymore, but those are shovels, like from Lego City. And so it's just really cool because they put those in the new one, even though they didn't really need to, just to like pay tribute. But this TIE Interceptor, it's not horrible in my opinion, but it's definitely not good.
Yeah.
But it was fun that this was the first Imperial UCS set we ever got. You know, for
I'm just glad that there's no ugly blue in it.
yeah, like I'm surprised that these aren't all blue pieces right here.
And it uses a bunch of the black 8x8 great plating plates
Those pieces are cool. I like them.
with the diamond with the diamond shapes in the molding.
Mm-hmm. They're kind of cool. Like you can see the best one probably on the side here or up here, but they're cool. And then are those like telephone pieces right there?
Yes, that is the 1x3 telephone
So
the handset telephone, because they actually still had payphones back in the year 2000.
I
Now
know.
a lot of the payphones in my city have been abandoned because it's not worth them paying the employees to collect the 50 cents of change per month.
Yeah, right. It's like
So it's gotten to the point where all payphones in my city are free now. Because because the only time people would use a payphone now is when the battery runs out on their cell phone.
yeah, like a real emergency. And who
I
carries
remember-
change with them
Well,
nowadays?
it's a funny story because we're on a tangent about those telephone pieces. When I was coming home from university, I needed to call my mum about something. My phone went flat before I was about to board the bus to go to the train station. So I had to dial my mum's phone number on the payphone.
Oh, I bet that was fun.
Yeah, and so that was the first time I had voluntarily used a payphone, and I knew how to do it because my mum forgot her cell phone 10 years prior when I was with my sister in the downtown of my city, and so she had to use a payphone. If it wasn't for that, if it wasn't for the fact that I grew up with a toy telephone, I probably wouldn't know how to push the buttons to dial on the payphone. Funny story.
Nice.
Anyway, that was a tangent.
Yep. It also goes to show you that's why you should always memorize at least somebody's phone number, because
And
if you don't have contacts or can't get to your phone,
and you should
you don't know
always
their number.
and you should still be taught how to read analog clocks. Now this MT kind of looks oversized because of the non-curved slopes.
I hate this MTT. It's the worst MTT in my opinion. Lego's only ever made 3 so far. We're getting the 4th one next year, actually. But this is the worst in my opinion. I have a lot of crap to say on it. It's too blocky, which
yeah.
you can give them some grace because of how old it is, but it doesn't come with a lot of battle droids like the next one. But the thing I hate the most is the random uses of gray and this green piece right here. I think that's like a 6x4 green tile, and then there's another one on the
and
other side.
all the tan too.
Why? Well, the tan I can kind of get behind because maybe
Yeah.
it's like rust or something. Well, I guess rust would be brown too, but it's like there's no gray on MTTs. But what is with this green piece right here? I just do not get it. Like that was so random. It's a really ugly version of the MTT. The next version is honestly the best, and I think that was from like what 2004 or 5.
I think it was 7. Was the next one.
2007. That's the best MTT, but I hate this one. You guys want to move on, or do you have anything you want to say?
Yeah,
I agree with you. It's just
now I know why you're getting ads, Skywin, because you're not logged into Brickset.
Yeah, that's probably true. Also, I want to point out. I'm sorry, what?
No, yeah, you go.
I wanted to ask Bounty or even you, Mayo. What does MTT mean? Curious if either of you know.
I have no idea.
motorized troop transport, I believe it is,
Yep.
right?
There we go. He got it. All right, here's the Falcon. This is the one
Yes,
that
this is
Mr.
the one I
Mayo.
was
Here we
most
go.
excited to talk about. So, as a fan of old Lego, this is my favorite version of the Millennium Falcon. I like this better than the play scales. I like
Wow.
this better than the UCS. It is a beautiful, ugly set. I think
Yes, it is.
I think of all of the ugliest Lego sets. No, sorry. I think of all of the ugliest sets that Lego's ever done, this is the most beautiful of the ugly sets.
I can agree with that.
Yeah,
it's not
but
my favorite, but
it's definitely
it's
not my favorite
nostalgic.
Falcon.
Because you could really tell that they were trying to force the use of the quarter round dome pieces.
Yeah.
And
they got this shape right here,
yeah.
like these little fins or whatever they're called.
The frontalions, the shaping looks good. It's just that the thickness is questionable, and some of the roof furniture, like the way they got the satellite dish, and I think they've got what are those? Are those some guns at the top? They kind of look a little bit out of place. And the escape,
definitely is. It's really flat up here.
Yeah, the escape pods aren't quite the right shape. I wish they were a little bit more pinched at the front.
Well, this was the escape pod on the Falcon. That's why it's missing. because in Solo they had to use it. Um, and so now the ship doesn't have an escape pod, right? Or am I wrong on that?
Yeah, that's right.
What's
That's
that
right.
thing on? So what's that thing on the side then?
This?
Yeah.
That's probably just the entrance. Like I think it opens on both sides. So
No,
like
I'm
then
talking
like a
about,
staircase would come down.
that. I thought that cockpit was the escape pod.
No, that's the cockpit right there.
Yeah, the
Oh.
cockpit's off to the. So this flies the whole
Yeah,
ship.
yeah, that's the
Oh my-
cockpit on the side.
Oh my god! I always thought that was the escape pod. I didn't know the escape
No,
was
that's
in the middle.
That's where they sit to fly. So I've always wondered, how do they see on this side? Because it's weird. Because like imagine driving a car, but instead of being like in the middle of the car, you sit like on the like one side, so either on the right or the left.
Yeah, and so because you have the quarter round domes for the rounded shape, that does make the entrance look a little bit kind of like it's popping up out of nowhere, which upsets the proportions. But it still looks smooth enough, and the front proportions are good enough that there's just something so quirky about this. There's a lot of things wrong with it, but for the pieces available at the time, I think this is a good enough representation. It's a much better representation than the Sith Infiltrator, that's for sure.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
or the
And
MTT. I'm
at
gonna
least
crap
you
on the
can
MTT.
tell. At least you can tell what it's supposed to be. That's what I'll say.
Yeah.
Unlike the Sith Infiltrator.
And are these printed pieces, or were they using stickers by now?
I think for all of the quarter round dome pieces ever, from the mid to from the mid 90s to the early 2000s, I'm pretty sure they were all printed. Because I'm pretty sure when the new CEO took over in 2004, that was one of the molds that got discontinued. That specific mold. They brought back different versions of the quarter round dome pieces later, which were more refined and didn't have those seam lines in it. But for the most part, they're more they have more stickers. The new versions of the quarter round dome pieces were
Yeah.
the reason why, which is a little bit weird because you'd think the ones that would have the rounded edge would be printed, and the ones that had the flat edges would be stickers, because these have the flat edges, so it's kind of reverse of Lego's policy with stickers versus prints that they have nowadays.
Lego don't make sense.
Yeah, as I always say, they keep moving their own goalposts. So who who knows
All
anything?
right, what's the next one, Scott?
And it only retailed for $100, which I find crazy because nowadays, like a Millennium Falcon is like $180, right? Like the Dark
80,
Falcon was
yeah,
180. So
Now
no, yeah. Oh, there it
Yes.
is. The UCS.
X-Wing!
Let's move on to to my favorite UCS set. I
I don't
really
like
like
R2 in there, but
I really like the box art, the way that they got the glowing space in the background, and the way that they used the moons to cast shadows on these.
the faded X-Wing right here, yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yep.
It's really blocky, but I think it really does look very similar to last year's UCS version of the
Yeah.
X-Wing.
I wouldn't be surprised if this is actually more sturdy than the 2023 UCS X-Wing, because the 2023 UCS X-Wing falls apart all the time.
It's very beefy. Yeah, this one's a lot slimmer. Like the wings are a lot cleaner looking and slightly smaller, maybe. I hate the thing I hate about the new UCX X-Wing is like the blaster turrets on all four have those like flipper pieces or whatever. So like to make it look like it has more detail, but they bend all the time and it's just annoying. This one doesn't have those, so it's probably a little easier to deal with.
Because it looks like this has the modified 2x2 plate with the 1x2 inverted slope. The inverted slope attachments.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
Form
that's
that shaping.
yeah, that's a pretty cool one though. Is the pit droid? Was that 2000? I don't think it was. It.
Mm-hmm. Right here. It's actually the next one. Came out January 1st in 2000 for $20. Wow.
Oh yeah, that's it's
I
terrible.
mean, it's ugly, but it
That's
even
probably
uses
one of
bionicle
the
feet
to
right
be
here.
to be honest. So that's probably one of the better Technic sets compared to all the other ones. That one actually looks a little bit decent.
I like the head. Like
The
that looks
head's
like
good,
a pit
yeah.
droid to me. Just maybe not like the middle part, but I don't know. I
Yeah,
used
but
to be a big fan of Bionicle, so to me, these are actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
but that is at least better than the C-3PO.
Yeah, absolutely. And then we
Yeah.
got a battle droid.
That one's all right.
This
The
is
head's
probably
weird.
this is probably my favorite of the Technic construction Star Wars figs, just because I think it best represents the
Yeah.
design of the character, because it's pretty hard not to mess up the design of a droid that looks like it was inspired by a stick figure drawing.
Yeah.
Does it fold? Because it looks like it has like a gear in the middle here. That might just be to hold it up. But like, does it actually like fold down? That'd be awesome. I don't know. I know the Droideka can, but I don't know anything about this set.
Yeah, I don't know.
Apparently, you
fully.
can move its arm as they demonstrate here.
Yeah.
But that's kind of cool. Is that actually like a blaster, or is it just you use your imagination? Because like the
think
Stormtrooper had those.
There's a little blaster in it. It looks like.
Yeah.
A built blaster.
So here's the Droideka. It doesn't show you on the box art here, but you can actually hold it in, and then when you let go, like it springs up and lands pretty much every time. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Just a little short looking, but still really cool concept.
That's a really good one.
Be one of the best, if not the best, Technic Lego Star Wars set. Just because the functionality.
I think that's the best one. It's so good looking. Like I watched M&R's review on it, and it's really good.
Just because it can like close and then spring open, that's just fun.
Yes,
I would have fun playing with this now, and I'm 25. So, but I'm not going to buy one because they're probably pretty expensive. It retailed for $50, but I guess the value is $240, but it's probably way more on like eBay.
Is there
$240 is not that bad.
Is there a second page for the 2000 sets?
It says 2001.
Okay, so let's move back to Bounty's pictures for the 2001 sets.
So we're going to 2001, you said?
Yeah. Let's move back to Bounty's.
All right.
Yeah, so 2001 was what we went over. Like, it's 2000 to 2001.
Yeah, because we went over the Droid Escape.
Yeah, because there were no sets in 2001 because it was those. They just kept them on the shelves.
Yeah. So you want to? I can click it again. There's another.
Yeah.
Well, that's weird because it said 2002, but that was 2001.
Yeah, I got 2002 right here. Like I do have the picture.
Yeah,
like,
this is 2002. So are we doing 2002 as well?
No, I didn't because I don't really have anything to say about Star Wars sets from when Attack of the Clones came out. So,
gotcha.
So I guess the sets that a Bounty showed off for 2000 were the 2001.
Yeah, because they took a break, but because they took a year break, if there were no new sets released, they just kept the ones from 2000 on the shelves till 2000 and end of 2001. And
maybe if it's a separate listing, they updated the set numbers or something.
Well, because 2002, it's because they always said they went to 2000 and retired at the end of 2001. And then 2002 was they released new sets for like Attack of the Clones and stuff like that.
I can imagine that the original 99 sets would have retired when the Attack of the Clones sets came out.
Yeah, I think they said some of them retire by like the end of 2000 for
Yeah, because
99.
because most sets from that era had a shelf life of 3 years.
So, actually, it's actually a little shorter for some because if you look at the ones, some of them were out around for like a year, and then they were gone. So it's like,
Yeah. I think
so it's kind of crazy.
Skywin, are you finding some of the modern equivalents of
Yep, I'm
those?
just looking at them. I'm like, look how much better
Yeah.
this looks compared to the
Yeah,
old Interceptor.
See, the evolution of Star Wars.
that's beautiful. Yeah,
Ooh, best
Is
set right here.
yeah. The
Sky, your favorite set, right, Sky?
favorite your
Totally.
the evolution of design in Star Wars is probably
Amazing.
the biggest of any of Lego's themes.
I never got my Gascano's pod racer.
Me either.
Sad
Boycott.
face.
Yeah, no,
Stupid
but
Walmart being Walmart. Do you guys have
Walmart,
Walmart
yeah.
in Australia,
No,
Mr. Mayo?
no.
No.
You're probably lucky then. Walmart sucks.
I've been to Walmart when I went to Brickworld Chicago, and it was an emporium of everyday low prices and everyday white trash.
Yeah, it was. Walmart sucks. It's always dirty
I
too.
like I like I like going to Walmart more so for the people than the products.
But
I'll
like
be honest.
here our Walmarts are pretty cool. Like they keep them clean and they're actually nice here, so it's like cool. They're actually
If you
good and
yeah,
nice. But it depends where you are because if you're in like you said Chicago, like Chicago is known for being kind of bad with area
West,
people too.
Western Chicago is different from North or South Chicago.
That's America in general. Every single
Yeah,
city is completely
Because
different, even if it's in the same state.
because Western Chicago is peak Illinois suburbia.
yeah.
America is a weird place.
Yeah, so I personally enjoyed going back at those old vintage Star Wars.
Some good
I
ones for
would,
sure.
because I would love to get my hands on the 2000 UCS X-wing. I'd love to get my hands on the 2000 play scale Millennium Falcon. I'd like to get my hands on the 1999 Naboo Swamp, and I probably would like to get the 2000 a Desert Skiff if I could.
They're cool.
And as
Yeah.
crazy as it is, I would probably like to get the 1999 Sith Infiltrator just to make a
Oh
video.
Lord. Yeah, oh yeah.
Just to make a video
Yeah.
pooping on it. Kind of like how
Just part it together.
It's not that
Yeah.
expensive right now. It's really
Kind of
not.
like
You can
how-
find it.
Kind of like how I bought the 2022 UCS Luke's Land Speeder just to make a video to poop on it, and I've got so many other projects that I haven't even gotten to my video pooping about that yet.
Yeah,
Yep.
but
I hear that. I've bought sets just to complain about it before. Like a Star Wars mix.
the Crimson Firehawk.
Yeah. And you buy it just so you can crap on it.
Yeah, thankfully I got that set for $20 just and I only got it just so I could have a stream with you, just like being like it's Skyrim's favorite set, Skyrim's favorite character, Bubs. I did it because of you. You got me to know about the Crimson Firehawk, Skyrim. So
You're welcome.
I'm probably not going to be buying a Star Wars set until they re-release the Ewok Village.
Well, we're getting a buildable Ewok in 2025, so is that close enough?
No, I don't care about the Ewoks themselves.
No.
Village.
Yeah. I heard a rumor that we might get one, but
I
now
heard
it's probably all
yeah.
about the
I think
$1,000
I think
Death
I-
Star.
I think I heard that same rumor. I would have preferred if the $1,000 set was an Ewok village.
That had to be like a Ewok sanctuary, like a city.
Eva-
Like a fully fledged Master Builders series Ewok village to complement the MBS Mos Eisley's Cantina.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I have the cantina sitting right next to me. Such a beauty.
It's in my closet.
The Cantina is awkward to display, but it is a fantastic set. I still have no idea why the UCS Assault on Hoth wasn't an MBS set.
Well,
were they calling them that back then?
They
technically
were calling it. They called it UCS, but they started the Master Builder series like theming around like 2018.
Probably
Cloud City.
Cloud City, yeah.
Probably in response to the poor sale of the UCS Assault on Hoth, because I think a lot of people got offended that it was a UCS set to begin with, because it wasn't there set.
Wasn't there like a $200 Tantive 4 that they were calling a Master Series?
No, that was the 2019. Was it 2019? The UCS Tantive 4?
I think so.
Yeah, 2019. Yeah, but that's not Master Builder series. They called that a UCS set. Yeah.
I thought they were calling it Master. I don't know. It's weird how they do things, because like
the only Master Builder series sets we've gotten is Cloud City and Mos Eisley.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because like the R2s come with plaques, but they're not called UCS. The Ewok is going to come with a little bit plaque, but he's not going to be called a UCS Ewok. So it's weird how Lego Star Wars does
I mean,
that.
they technically kind of can be considered it with the plaques and stuff, but they're not like they don't have the UCS box, right? Yeah, I get but yeah, but they're still fun. I think they're still good sets and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I think we should cap this off at 2.5 hours.
Yep. All right, well, everybody, thank you all for watching. I'm Bounty Hunter Live. Go sub to me, but also I'm gonna let my hosts tell you about their channels and where to sub to them. Skyran, you wanna go first?
Mayo can go first.
Oh yeah, but Mayo. Yeah, but Mayo.
He's our special guest.
So
yeah, that's true.
So if you are subscribed to the Building and Chatting podcast channel, you might not know me. I'm Mayo Hosko. I recently passed 900 subscribers. I like vintage Lego. Yeah, I like building vintage Lego. I'm primarily a mock builder, not a set builder, and I'm primarily a city builder, not a vehicle builder. So if you like vintage Lego, if you like seeing people's mocks, if you like seeing Lego cities, and a little bit of Lego Castle, and a little bit of Lego Space, you can subscribe to the Mayo Hosko channel. This weekend, which will be on Friday the 20th and Saturday. Depending on where you are in the world, it'll be a 24-hour live stream that'll span across Friday the 20th, Saturday the 21st, and Sunday the 22nd of December. We will be building the Lego Modular Natural History Museum. Cool Han Luke Bricks, who does a lot of Star Wars streams, has agreed to join us for a part of it. So I will. So since it's going to be a 24-hour stream, we will be trying to think of as many things to talk about, and I will be giving my more of my thoughts in depth about the $1,000 Death Star, and I think we'll do that when Cool Han Luke Wicks comes on. Miss Amby bought the Natural History Museum modular a while ago. I proposed that she hold off and build it with me, and I think she has agreed to do that. So we're going to build that modular together. It's going to be a fun time. Can't wait to see you guys participating in my 24-hour live stream. And I'm busily preparing, trying to bank as much sleep so that I don't fall asleep on the job.
Yeah, well,
you're crazy.
Yeah, I'll do a 24-hour stream, and I have the time for that. But it's I don't know if I.
Nah. You're a dad. You get an excuse.
I am a dad. I'll just go.
Call me crazy. This will be my third 24-hour live stream.
I remember your first one. I watched a little bit, but that's crazy. But if you want us on as guests, maybe we can pop on at some point in time. Send me the link.
Well, I think I'll get.
You can.
I think it would be fun to get you guys on when Coolhan Luke Bricks comes on, because then all five of us can talk about the $1,000 Death Star.
Send us the link when he comes.
Absolutely. I'll send it in the
it's
group.
in that the group chat one.
I'll send it in the group chat that we established for this stream.
Yeah, cool. That's great. But when are you starting that for your time?
I'm starting at in North America. I'm starting at 9 p.m. Eastern on Friday night.
Okay, got it.
So that's
I might
tomorrow
be
night.
Tomorrow night. Well, I know that, but that's just I'll have to see. But just let us know when he's on, and we'll join you to talk about the $1,000 Death Star, which me and Sky talked about a little earlier before you came on. I just think that's ridiculous.
Bounty's gonna get it and do a stream on it.
Shut up! I am not buying a $1,000 Death Star. Listen, you're paying half of it if I get it.
Well, then I get half of it.
You get half of it. I'll ship
if it's the Death Star 2, I want the nice half.
It'd be like that Simpsons episode where Bart, Milhouse, and who's the Brainiac nerd? A character where they
with blue hair. I don't remember their names.
And Martin, where they all buy that comic book together.
Oh yeah, I remember that episode. Yeah. They were like, "I'll get it this day. You get it that day."
Yeah, and they and they fight over it. It's gonna be like you guys fighting over the $1,000 Death Star.
Yeah, you get this figure. I get the Death Star. Yeah, like no.
Yeah, and then one of you guys plans to run away to Mexico so you can keep it all for yourself.
Yeah, shared custody. It's like a child. Like I get it. I get them this week. You get them next week. I get them for Christmas this year. You'll have them for Christmas next year.
I guess it just didn't go through. I don't know.
Yeah. Also, I'm still waiting for my UCS potato. Just saying.
Yeah, I need to get. Now that I spent less money on my vacation to England for Bricktastic in late February than what I thought, I finally have the budget to buy the wedged plates I need to complete the UCS potato.
So you have a plan, huh?
Yeah, we can.
He's a man with a potato plan.
We can talk more about the UCS potato on my 24-hour stream.
Nice.
He's like, I'm leaving everything about. I have plans for the stream. You better come.
I need shit to talk about. That's why.
Absolutely,
yeah, that's true.
I couldn't imagine doing like a 10-hour stream and not getting bored at some point. Like.
Sky, some of our building streams go for like 4 or 5 hours. I mean,
we have had about 4-hour streams, and it's just like we'll just talk for hours because I like to talk. Believe it or not,
we're talkers. Yeah.
Anyway, that's all, folks. It's time for lunch.
All right. Cool. Yeah, it's lunchtime for him. But yeah, thank you everybody for watching. This has been Building and Chatting. We were so happy, even though he was a little late. We still loved having Mayo Hosko on to talk about the vintage Star Wars sets from 1999 to 2001 or 2000 basically. But thank you everyone for watching, and you might see us pop up on Mayo Hosko tomorrow night. Have a great rest of your night, everybody, and for the Australians out there, happy afternoon, and we will talk to you later. Bye bye.